Glenn, remember that time I beat you and then said I was going to win the Pro Tour?
Yep.
You guys are providing the
So,
best intro
that was
we've
fun,
ever
man.
had.
I think you're good.
I beat you,
Or
and
no,
now I'm going to
4,
beat everyone
sorry.
else.
That was 4.
That's right.
All right. Hello and welcome everyone to Gamestate episode 13. It is Wednesday, October the 17th, because we had to reschedule from Monday. And today we will be talking about largely GP San Jose and the upcoming Pro Tour Seattle, with return to Ravnica. We might also touch on the Star City Opens Standard and Legacy in Providence, I think it was. Is that correct? Anyway,
Yes, that's accurate.
I am your host, Adam Winner is you Ragsdale, and with me as always today are Glenn Jones, Event Coverage Coordinator for Star City Games,
Hello, everybody. We.
Stephen Flowell, Poker Pro and Magic Enthusiast,
That's me.
and Cedric Phillips, Professional Magician.
And soon to be Pro Tour Seattle champion. Hello.
Cedric,
We're replacing you
Cedric
for
Phillips,
last week on the show?
Professional Optimist,
Didn't
is
know
here.
that, Cedric.
So the first place I want to go is Pro Tour San Jose, which is too bad because it's already ended, so I don't get to go there. But two of us did get to go, who are Glenn and Cedric. I believe you both competed. And San Jose was a bit of a different Grand Prix for those who perhaps are not entirely in the loop. It was ably described by our very own Glenn Jones in this wonderful article, which I will now link in chat. Shazam. But it was a team limited GP, which featured team sealed on day 1 and team drafts on day 2. So the first thing I want to do is talk about how the team draft differs from the regular 8-man draft. And I guess we'll just harvest some opinions on that. We will go to Cedric first. Cedric, how do you view the team draft as being different from the individual 8-man draft?
So in a team draft, it's a lot of signaling in a team draft more so than in an 8-man draft, in my opinion. Basically, in an 8-man draft, you're very much fending for yourself and don't really care about the other things that are happening at the table. Yes, you want to have clear signals to the person to your left that you were passing cards to, but one thing that you have to keep in mind when you're doing a team draft as opposed to an 8-man draft is, passing, like, what card you think the person to the left is going to take, and then what you think your teammate is going to get and what you're going to get through to your teammate so that you can establish what colors your teammate is, what color the person next to you passing are, and what you can get through that person to get through to your teammate. Also, in a 8-man draft versus a team draft, in a team draft, it is very important to hate cards that you cannot possibly beat, like Pack Rat. You don't want to try to get that through to your teammate, and then they are not in black, and then you're just passing your opponent the best rare in the set, and then being punished, and then your teammates are going to hate you. Versus where the other 6 people in the draft might hate you for passing it, but I think you care more about your teammates than those random 6 people. But those are the pretty big differences. Just trying to get cards through to your teammates, and it's very important that you don't want to be wrong in a team draft about what you're passing over to the opponent, because you guys have to deal with the opponent immediately.
Alrighty. Glenn, do you have any further wisdom?
Sure. Cedric gave you a really good base. Basically, in a normal draft, in an 8-man draft, the idea is you're drafting a deck to win the draft, whereas in a 6-man draft, you're trying to create decks that you can beat while simultaneously building decks that will win, which is slightly different because you can do a lot of things that affect all of the decks at the table because the pool is slightly smaller. There's 6 less packs than in an 8-man draft, obviously. So a lot of your picks wind up mattering more. One of the most common things, in this set actually, just an anecdote to demonstrate what I mean, is Stab Wound and Annihilating Fire appear together very frequently on the commons run, and Stab Wound is the number 1 best common. You take it. There are people who believe Annihilating Fire is better. Those people are wrong and adorable, but Stab Wound is much better. And one of the reasons that Stab Wound is so much better is it's very easy to take the Stab Wound and then just jam into Rakdos, which gives the person taking the Annihilating Fire second, which is generally going to be what they do, the option of going into Rakdos and getting cut, or going into Izzet, which is almost unplayable, and neither of those options are very good. So that's just like a way to demonstrate that how the texture matters a lot more. Like it's not such a big deal if you destroy somebody on your left deck in an 8-man, or whether you do successfully destroy it or not. Like your odds are you're not even going to play that guy. His record and his deck are totally irrelevant to you because you're going to play 3 of the 8 people at this table at most. Whereas in a 6-man, you're going to play all 3 of your opponents. Every single person who can stop you will have a chance.
All right, Steven, break it down. 6-man v 8-man.
Cool. I feel sort of weird because I'm always the theory guy, but these guys just covered all the theory pretty well. Yeah, I think like one very, very obvious thing about team drafting, which we didn't mention, is that you're on a team with your friends. And that's like, to me, the most significant thing about the GP is like, Magic's more fun when you're playing with your friends, and there's sort of a dichotomy where you get to a competitive level and it has to be like you're in competition against other people. You can't just play with your friends anymore. And that part of the game is fun as well, but it seems to me that the perfect blend is like the high level competition plus your friends. So yeah, I think that that's why this sort of tournament is like really, really stand out for me.
Right. One thing that deserves mentioning, and perhaps would not be evident to people, is that there was some perhaps discomfort, lack of clarity about how well this GP was going to be attended before it actually happened, since it was a new format. They hadn't done a team-limited GP/Pro Tour in a long time, and the turnout was massive, I believe, versus what they were expecting. There were 571 teams, I believe, in attendance, which
Yep.
works out to about 1,700 people, which is like pretty big for a GP. So the turnout was very large, and I think you see a lot of that in part because, oh god, my webcam's gone. That's
no!
wonderful. That's why. That's what you get.
Cat.
Is it midnight already?
Yeah, it's gone. Alright. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this because I have to like close the
you don't
stream.
have the like scenes set up for when your webcam dies.
No, I wasn't prepared for the I'm
You
disconnected
just
from the internet.
assume that the entire internet goes
I think
down.
if I move
Your
up,
webcam dies.
can I see my hand?
Yeah. Alright.
Hold-
So
I'm more interested in getting down. I'm gonna invade Adam's box.
alright, you guys hang out. Well, what do you want me to do? You want me to like restart the stream or do you want me to
How did you get in Adam's box?
So
I know,
you
right?
You
Yeah,
can't restart your webcam without turning off XSplit,
No,
right?
I have to turn off XSplit to reboot my
No,
webcam.
let's just keep
All right.
going.
We'll run with the bad video
I
then.
would err
I love-
towards rebooting, I think.
Oh my god, Glenn, you're the breaker. Steven
I
wants
said
to
reboot
reboot.
already.
All right,
All right,
I'm gonna
reboot.
restart the stream, so you're gonna have to restart. Sorry, boys
Alright.
and girls.
All right.